Have you ever felt like you're drowning in the chaos of modern life? Imagine this. You're sitting at your desk surrounded by a mountain of urgent emails, your phone buzzing with notifications and your to-do list growing by the minute. Your heart races, your palms sweat, and you feel like you're about to snap. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. In our fast-paced, hyper-connected world, stress and anxiety have become unwelcome companions for millions. But what if I told you that the solution to this modern problem is actually over 2,000 years old? Enter Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that's experiencing a remarkable renaissance in our time. But don't let the word philosophy scare you off. We're not talking about dusty old books and abstract theories. Stoicism is a practical, no-nonsense approach to living a fulfilling life, even in the face of adversity. In this video, we'll explore how the wisdom of ancient Stoics like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca can be your secret weapon against the stress and anxiety of the 21st century. We'll break down 5 powerful Stoic principles and show you how to apply them to your daily life, combining ancient wisdom with modern psychological techniques like cognitive behavioral therapy. Are you ready to transform your life and find calm in the chaos? Let's dive in and discover how these ancient secrets can revolutionize your modern world. Picture this. You're stuck in gridlock traffic, late for an important meeting. Your blood pressure rises, your jaw clenches, and you're about to explode. But wait, what if I told you that this moment of frustration could be your gateway to inner peace? Welcome to the first principle of modern Stoicism, the power of inner control. This ancient wisdom, championed by the great Stoic philosopher Epictetus, holds the key to navigating our chaotic modern world. Epictetus famously said, "The chief task in life is simply this: to identify and separate matters so that I can say clearly to myself which are externals not under my control, and which have to do with the choices I actually control." But what does this mean for us today? Let's break it down with a modern analogy. Imagine you're driving a car. The steering wheel, gas pedal, and brakes are all under your control. These represent your thoughts, actions, and reactions. The road conditions, other drivers, and weather? Those are external factors, things you can't control. Now let's apply this to a real-world scenario. Meet Anna, a 35-year-old project manager. She's just been informed that a crucial project deadline has been moved up by 2 weeks. Her first reaction? Panic. But here's where the magic of Stoicism comes in. Instead of spiraling into stress, Anna takes a deep breath and asks herself, what aspects of this situation can I control? She realizes she can control 1. Her response to the news. 2. How she communicates with her team. 3. The way she reorganizes the project timeline. What she can't control. 1. The client's decision to change the deadline. 2. Potential unforeseen obstacles. 3. Her team members' initial reactions. By focusing on what she can control, Anna transforms a potentially stressful situation into an opportunity for growth and leadership. But how can we train our minds to make this shift? This is where modern psychology, specifically cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, beautifully complements Stoic principles. CBT teaches us to identify and challenge negative thought patterns. In Anna's case, instead of thinking, "This is impossible, we're going to fail," she reframes it to, "This is challenging, but it's an opportunity to showcase our efficiency." Here's a practical exercise you can try right now. 1. Take a moment to think of a current challenge in your life. 2. On a piece of paper, draw 2 columns. 3. In the left column, list aspects of the situation you can control. 4. In the right column, list aspects you can't control. This simple act of categorization can bring immediate clarity and relief. It's like decluttering your mind, allowing you to focus your energy where it matters most. But remember, this isn't about ignoring problems or being passive. It's about directing your energy efficiently and maintaining your peace of mind in the process. A study published in the Journal of Positive Psychology found that individuals who practiced Stoic-inspired exercises reported increased life satisfaction and decreased negative emotions over just 1 week of practice. As we wrap up this first principle, I challenge you to apply this concept to your life. The next time you feel overwhelmed, pause and ask yourself, what aspects of this situation can I control? By mastering this principle, you're not just managing stress, you're building resilience, improving decision-making, and cultivating inner peace. And in our fast-paced, unpredictable world, that's a superpower worth having. In our next chapter, we'll explore how gratitude and perspective can transform challenges into opportunities. But before we move on, take a moment to reflect on how you can apply the principle of inner control to your life today. Remember, true power lies not in controlling the world around you, but in mastering your inner world. Are you ready to take control? Imagine waking up tomorrow morning and the first thing you see is, well, nothing. Complete darkness. How would you react? Would you panic? Feel angry or depressed? Now, what if I told you that this scenario could be the key to unlocking a life of profound happiness and resilience? This isn't just a thought experiment. It's the real-life story of a man named John Hull, who gradually lost his sight and documented his journey in a book called Touching the Rock. Instead of succumbing to despair, Hull embraced his new reality with a perspective that would make any Stoic proud. He wrote, "I feel as if a gift has been given to me. I am experiencing certain things more deeply than ever before." Welcome to our second Stoic principle, gratitude and perspective. This powerful combination is your secret weapon for transforming life's challenges into opportunities for growth and fulfillment. The great Stoic emperor Marcus Aurelius understood this profoundly. He wrote in his Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." But how can we cultivate this strength in our modern lives? Let's break it down with a practical analogy. Imagine your perspective as the zoom function on a camera. When faced with a challenge, most people instinctively zoom in, focusing solely on the problem. But the Stoic approach teaches us to zoom out, seeing the bigger picture and finding opportunities within the challenge. Remember Anna, our project manager from the previous chapter? Let's revisit her story. After the initial shock of her shortened deadline, Anna takes a deep breath and decides to shift her perspective. Instead of seeing the situation as a disaster, she chooses to view it as an opportunity to showcase her team's efficiency and innovation. This shift isn't just positive thinking. It's a practical tool rooted in both ancient wisdom and modern psychology. Dr. Martin Seligman, the father of positive psychology, has extensively researched the impact of gratitude and perspective on well-being. His studies show that regularly practicing gratitude can significantly increase happiness and reduce depression. But how can we apply this in our daily lives? Here's a simple yet powerful exercise. 1. Every night before bed, write down 3 things you're grateful for. 2. For each item, answer the question, why did this good thing happen? 3. Do this consistently for just 1 week. Remarkably, research has shown that this simple practice can increase happiness and decrease depressive symptoms for up to 6 months. Now, you might be thinking, that's all well and good when things are going okay, but what about when life really throws you a curveball? This is where the Stoic practice of negative visualization comes in handy. Spend a few minutes each day imagining losing something you value, your job, your home, or even your eyesight, like John Hull. This isn't meant to be depressing. Instead, it's a powerful tool to enhance your appreciation for what you have and prepare you mentally for potential challenges. As Epictetus said, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." This practice helps us cultivate that wisdom. Let's return to Anna. By shifting her perspective, she not only meets the tight deadline but also implements innovative processes that improve her team's overall efficiency. Her challenge becomes a catalyst for positive change in her company. But remember, this isn't about ignoring real problems or forcing toxic positivity. It's about finding the opportunity within the challenge, the silver lining in the storm cloud. Here's a mini challenge for you. Think of a difficult situation you're currently facing. Now, try to identify 3 potential positive outcomes or lessons from this challenge. It might feel difficult at first, but with practice, this perspective shift can become second nature. As we wrap up this chapter, remember that gratitude and perspective are skills that can be developed. Like any muscle, the more you exercise them, the stronger they become. And in a world full of uncertainties and challenges, this Stoic strength can be your superpower. In our next chapter, we'll explore how to build inner strength through virtue and self-control. But before we move on, take a moment to reflect on how you can apply gratitude and perspective in your life today. What challenges can you transform into opportunities? Remember, every obstacle is an opportunity in disguise. Are you ready to uncover the hidden potential in your challenges? Enjoying the video? Don't forget to hit that like button. In a world that seems to be spinning faster every day, do you ever feel like you're losing your grip? Like you're a leaf caught in a whirlwind of distractions, temptations, and chaos? What if I told you that the key to finding stability in this storm lies not in controlling the wind, but in strengthening your roots? Welcome to our third Stoic principle, virtue and self-control. This is where we roll up our sleeves and get to the heart of Stoic practice. It's time to build your inner strength and become unshakable no matter what life throws at you. The great Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "He who rules himself is greater than he who rules a city." But what does this mean in our modern context? Let's break it down with a powerful analogy. Imagine your mind as a gym. Just as we build physical strength through consistent exercise, we can build mental and emotional strength through practicing virtue and self-control. Each time you resist a temptation, make an ethical choice, or maintain composure in a challenging situation, you're doing a rep for your character. But here's the kicker. Unlike physical muscles which have limits, your capacity for virtue and self-control can grow infinitely. The more you practice, the stronger you become and the easier it gets to face life's challenges. Let's revisit Anna, our project manager from the previous chapters. She's successfully reframed her tight deadline as an opportunity, but now she's facing a new challenge: procrastination. Despite her best intentions, she finds herself constantly distracted by social media and other non-essential tasks. This is where the rubber meets the road in Stoic practice. Anna decides to apply the principle of virtue and self-control to overcome her procrastination. Here's how she does it. 1. Clarify values. Anna reflects on why completing this project on time is important to her. She connects it to her core values of integrity and excellence. 2. Set clear intentions. Each morning, Anna writes down her most important tasks and commits to focusing on them. 3. Practice mindfulness. When the urge to procrastinate arises, Anna pauses to observe the feeling without judgment, rather than immediately acting on it. 4. Use the pause button technique. Before checking social media, Anna institutes a 5-minute pause. Often this brief delay is enough to break the impulse. 5. Reframe self-talk. Instead of "I have to finish this report," Anna thinks, "I get to demonstrate my skills through this report." By consistently applying these strategies, Anna is not just completing her project, she's building her character muscles. She's becoming more disciplined, focused, and resilient. But don't just take Anna's word for it. Research in psychology supports the power of self-control. A famous study known as the marshmallow experiment found that children who were able to delay gratification by not eating a marshmallow immediately in order to get to later went on to have better life outcomes, including higher SAT scores and lower body mass index (BMI) in adulthood. Now you might be thinking, that's great for kids, but what about adults? Is it too late for me? Absolutely not. Neuroscience has shown that our brains remain plastic throughout our lives. We can build new neural pathways and strengthen our self-control muscles at any age. Here's a practical exercise you can try right now to start building your self-control. 1. Choose a small, harmless habit you want to change, like cracking your knuckles or saying frequently. 2. For the next week, every time you catch yourself about to do this habit, pause. 3. Take a deep breath and consciously choose not to do it. 4. At the end of each day, reflect on how many times you successfully resisted. This simple practice helps you become more aware of your automatic behaviors and strengthens your ability to make conscious choices. Remember, the goal isn't perfection. Even Stoic philosophers acknowledge that no one is perfectly virtuous all the time. The aim is progress, not perfection. Each small victory builds your inner strength and prepares you for bigger challenges. As we wrap up this chapter, consider this. In a world where so much is beyond our control, our character, our virtue, and self-control is something we always have the power to shape. It's our ultimate superpower in facing life's challenges. In our next chapter, we'll explore how to find peace and stability through accepting impermanence. But before we move on, take a moment to reflect. How can you apply the principle of virtue and self-control in your life today? What character muscle do you want to start exercising? Remember, every moment is an opportunity to strengthen your inner world. Are you ready to become the ruler of your own city? What if I told you that the very thing causing you stress and anxiety could be your gateway to profound peace and contentment? Sounds counterintuitive, right? But here's the kicker. It's not about changing your circumstances, but about revolutionizing your relationship with change itself. Welcome to our fourth Stoic principle, acceptance and impermanence. This is where we learn to surf the waves of life instead of being tossed around by them. The ancient Greek philosopher Heraclitus famously said, "No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it's not the same river and he's not the same man." This profound observation captures the essence of impermanence that the Stoics embraced. But how does this ancient wisdom apply to our modern lives? Let's break it down with a powerful analogy. Imagine life as a vast ocean. Most people approach change like inexperienced swimmers. They fight against the current, exhausting themselves and often ending up where they started or worse. But the Stoic approach teaches us to be like skilled surfers, riding the waves of change with grace and even joy. Remember Anna, our project manager from previous chapters? She's mastered inner control and reframed challenges as opportunities. Now she faces her biggest test yet. Her company is undergoing a major restructuring and her role is changing dramatically. Initially, Anna feels a surge of panic. All her carefully laid plans seem to be crumbling. But then she remembers her Stoic training. Instead of resisting the change, she decides to practice acceptance. Here's how she applies this principle. 1. Acknowledge reality. Anna starts by accepting the facts of the situation without judgment. The restructuring is happening whether she likes it or not. 2. Identify what's in her control. She can't control the company's decision, but she can control her response and how she prepares for her new role. 3. Practice mindfulness. Anna uses mindfulness techniques to stay present, rather than getting lost in anxiety about the future or regret about the past. 4. Seek opportunity in change. She looks for ways this change could lead to growth, new skills, or unexpected positive outcomes. 5. Embrace impermanence. Anna reminds herself that change is the only constant in life, and this situation too shall pass. By applying these strategies, Anna not only navigates the transition successfully but also discovers new strengths and opportunities she hadn't anticipated. But don't just take Anna's word for it. Research in psychology supports the power of acceptance in managing stress and improving well-being. A study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that people who practice acceptance tend to have better mental health outcomes and are more equipped to handle stressful situations. Now, you might be thinking, that's all well and good, but isn't acceptance just giving up? This is a common misconception. Stoic acceptance isn't about passive resignation. It's about active engagement with reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. It's about conserving our energy for the things we can change, rather than exhausting ourselves fighting against the inevitable. Here's a practical exercise you can try right now to cultivate acceptance. 1. Think of a recent change or challenge in your life that you've been resisting. 2. Take a deep breath and say to yourself, "This is happening and I choose to accept it." 3. Now ask yourself, given that this is the reality, what's the best way for me to respond? 4. Write down 3 potential positive outcomes or lessons that could come from this situation. Remember, the goal isn't to like every change that comes your way. It's about reducing the suffering that comes from resistance and finding constructive ways to move forward. As we wrap up this chapter, consider this. In a world where change is the only constant, the ability to accept and adapt is your superpower. It's not about being passive but about being responsive. It's about finding peace not in spite of change but because of your relationship with it. In our next chapter, we'll explore how to prepare mentally for life's challenges, building resilience before the storm hits. But before we move on, take a moment to reflect. How can you apply the principle of acceptance in your life today? What change have you been resisting that you could choose to embrace? Remember, every moment of change is an opportunity for growth. Are you ready to ride the waves of life with Stoic grace? Imagine stepping into the ring of life, not with fear and trepidation, but with an unshakable calm and readiness. What if I told you that the ancient Stoics had a secret technique for turning potential disasters into mere inconveniences? Welcome to our 5th and final Stoic principle, preparation and resilience. This is where we learn to bulletproof our minds against life's inevitable challenges. The Roman philosopher Seneca wisely advised, "We should every night call ourselves to an account. What infirmity have I mastered today? What passions opposed? What temptation resisted? What virtue acquired?" This practice of daily reflection and preparation is at the heart of Stoic resilience. But how does this ancient wisdom translate to our modern lives? Let's break it down with a powerful analogy. Imagine your mind as a fortress. Most people wait until the enemy is at the gates before they start reinforcing their walls. But the Stoic approach teaches us to constantly strengthen our mental fortifications, making us ready for any siege life might throw our way. Remember Anna, our project manager from previous chapters? She's mastered inner control, reframed challenges as opportunities, and learned to accept change. Now, she's ready to take her Stoic practice to the next level by preparing for future challenges. Anna decides to implement a daily Stoic preparation routine. Here's how she applies this principle. 1. Morning visualization. Each morning, Anna spends 5 minutes visualizing potential challenges she might face during the day and mentally rehearsing her ideal responses. 2. Negative visualization, premeditatio malorum. Once a week, Anna practices imagining worst-case scenarios and how she would handle them, building her mental resilience. 3. Evening reflection. Each night, Anna reviews her day, noting where she applied Stoic principles successfully and where she can improve. 4. Gratitude practice. Anna ends each day by listing 3 things she's grateful for, reinforcing a positive mindset. 5. Voluntary discomfort. Occasionally, Anna intentionally puts herself in mildly uncomfortable situations, like taking a cold shower or fasting for a day, to build her resilience to discomfort. By consistently applying these strategies, Anna isn't just preparing for specific challenges, she's building a general mental toughness that serves her in all areas of life. But don't just take Anna's word for it. Modern psychology supports the power of mental preparation. A study published in the Journal of Behavior Therapy and Experimental Psychiatry found that individuals who practiced visualizing and mentally rehearsing challenging scenarios showed significantly reduced anxiety and improved performance when facing similar real-life situations. Now, you might be thinking, isn't all this preparation just going to make me anxious about everything that could go wrong? This is a common misconception. Stoic preparation isn't about dwelling on negative possibilities. It's about building confidence in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. Here's a practical exercise you can try right now to start building your mental resilience. 1. Think of a challenging situation you're likely to face in the near future. 2. Close your eyes and vividly imagine yourself in that situation, handling it with calm and grace. 3. Visualize potential obstacles and mentally rehearse how you'll overcome them. 4. Open your eyes and write down 3 specific actions you can take to prepare for this challenge. Remember, the goal isn't to predict or control the future. It's about building a mindset that's ready for anything. As we wrap up this final principle, consider this. In a world full of uncertainties, your level of mental preparation is one of the few things entirely under your control. It's not about eliminating challenges from your life, but about meeting them with a prepared and resilient mind. As we conclude our journey through Stoic principles, take a moment to reflect on how you can integrate these practices into your daily life. How will you prepare your mind for life's inevitable challenges? Remember, every moment of preparation is an investment in your future peace of mind. Are you ready to build your mental fortress and face life with Stoic resilience? As we conclude our journey through the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, let's take a moment to reflect on the transformative power of these ancient principles in our modern lives. We began by understanding the essence of Stoicism, not as a rigid set of rules, but as a practical philosophy for navigating life's complexities. We explored how to cultivate inner peace through focusing on what we can control, reframing our perspectives, accepting change, and preparing for life's challenges. Remember, Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions or denying life's difficulties. It's about developing a resilient mindset that allows us to thrive in any circumstance. It's about finding joy not in external events, but in our virtuous responses to them. As you move forward, consider how you can integrate these Stoic practices into your daily life. 1. Start each day with a moment of reflection, setting intentions for how you'll respond to challenges. 2. Practice gratitude regularly, focusing on the good in your life. 3. When faced with obstacles, pause and ask, what's within my control here? 4. Embrace change as an opportunity for growth rather than a threat. 5. Prepare your mind for various scenarios, building your mental resilience. Remember, becoming a Stoic is not a destination, but a lifelong journey of growth and self-improvement. Every challenge is an opportunity to practice, Every setback a chance to strengthen your resolve. As Epictetus wisely said, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." Let this be your guiding light as you navigate life's journey with Stoic wisdom. Now it's your turn. How will you apply these Stoic principles in your life? What first step will you take on your path to inner peace and resilience? Remember, true strength comes not from controlling the world around you, but from mastering your inner world. Are you ready to embark on this transformative journey? Hey, incredible growth seekers! Wow, what a journey! If this video resonated, subscribe now for more life-changing content. Join our community of self-improvers. Smash that like button to fuel more content on mindfulness, goal setting, and emotional intelligence. Share this video to create a ripple of positive change. Comment below about your growth journey. Your insights shape our content. Next week, boosting self-confidence and overcoming limiting beliefs. Don't miss it. Every interaction brings us closer to a world of empowered individuals. Let's make personal development global. Stay inspired, keep growing. Your best self awaits. Let's unlock it together.